You guys like stories, right? You guys like stories? Yeah. Can I just sit down and tell you the story? Yeah, we do a little bit of slapstick too. I wanted him to sit in it though. Thank you. This is a story about a dragon. Does anybody out there like dragons? This is a story called The Last Dragon Left on Earth, and it goes like this. I'm gonna get comfortable just like y'all. The last dragon left on Earth. 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 A lot of people get scared when they think about a dragon because a big angry beast is what they imagine, smashing down castles with fire breath blasting. Not this one. He walked around tail wagging, laughing, living in a cave in the woods, having fun with everyone in his whole neighborhood. He was friends with the squirrels and the frogs and the owls and the snakes that slithered and the wolves that howled. But they could never see anything like him before, because for at least 100 years or more, he had been the only dragon, the last one on Earth. He knew this for sure, cause he'd hunted and searched. See, what happened was back when he was a kid, he did something that he wished that he had never did. In the wintertime, he ate a dinner so big that he got tired and hid and closed his eyelids. And while he lay asleep in the cave and hibernated, the rest of the dragons got up and migrated. He hadn't told anyone where he'd be, so they couldn't find him and left him there asleep. And when he woke up, he was all alone. So he stayed in the cave and he called it home. He was friendly, but human beings were scared of him. And the funny thing was, he was scared of them. He was the last dragon left on Earth. 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 Right next to the woods lived a kid named Billy, 7 years old, and he loved to be silly. He'd play all day, acting like he was a knight, with a wooden sword looking for a dragon to fight. But one day, Billy found the cave, that he was kind of scared, but he acted real brave. He walked inside, and he couldn't believe when he heard something breathe right next to his sleeve. He ran out screaming, the dragon screamed too. They looked at each other, didn't know what to do. Now Billy was so scared he couldn't even walk. Then all of a sudden the dragon started to talk. He told him the story of how he got left. He was lonely and only wanted to find the rest of the dragons. He could even see him at night. Cause up in the sky one star was so bright that he could tell it was the dragons breathing fire. He put his arm up and started reaching higher to show Billy how he tried to jump real high, but he couldn't get up there and he didn't know why. Billy listened close and he looked in his eyes. He wasn't scared anymore, he was surprised. Billy felt bad for him and sad for him. He thought an answer was what he had for him. He was the last dragon left on Earth. 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 Billy thought so hard he made a funny face and asked if dragons really went into space. He thought that sounded a little bit strange, but since he met a dragon, what was strange had changed. The dragon said yes, he was absolutely sure that his dragon pack had been to the moon before. And not just the moon, but the planets and suns. He had heard the stories back when he was really young, but he didn't know how to get up there. So he tried again and he jumped in the air. Then Billy got an idea and started to grin. He said, "What are those things?" And pointed at his wings. The dragon didn't know what he meant, so he stuck his neck out, turned it backwards and bent. Billy said, "They're wings, you can fly like a bird." That was something that the dragon had never heard. Nobody told him when he was a little dragon, cause he was way too young to fly back then. So he tried, his wings started flapping, and pretty soon he lifted off the ground and started laughing. He was so happy not to be trapped. He flew into space to go back with his pack. And the only reason he could fly in the air was that he finally faced what he was scared of. The last dragon left this earth. The last dragon left this earth. The last dragon left this earth. The last dragon left this earth.